Hello everyone, my name is Vivan and I welcome you all to my Warepatch channel. And today we are looking forward to chess and basics of it. In this video, you can learn the setup and coordinates of chessboard. The chessboard is of 8 by 8 squares as you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the 8 squares like this, 8 like this and 8 like this. So these are total 64 squares. In this video, you can learn the setup and coordinates of chessboard. The bottommost layer, that is this one, has some letters written on it that are A to H, and the vertical row that has numbers 1 to 8. So you can see that these are like the rows and columns that are also found in Excel. You can see that it is a file. This A is called a file. This is a column, this is a column, and these all are a column. These are called files. These numbers are called ranks. These all numbers are called ranks and rows in Excel. Now first let's set up the position. So you will place the rooks on the A file and H file. Now let's set up the position of white. The white rook will be always placed on this bottom left dark square. Let's place this here and here on the rooks at the corners, knights after them, then bishop. Then the white king will be placed on the dark square and the queen will be placed on the light square. Then we will add the pawns on the second rank as you can see here. Now there are many ways that you can mark the chess moves that you have played. The one of the most common and the most used is the coordinates. You can see that these letters have some meanings here. This file is called A1 because the the rank file is A and the rank is first. So that is how we can mark it as A1. This file is called D4 and this is called E4 because it is on the E file and the fourth rank, and this is on the D file and the fourth rank. If we go here, this is called E7 because it is on the E file and seventh rank. So that's how the notations are marked on chess. Now there are various notations for different pieces. As you can see that these all are pawns. So their notations is marked like they like the rank on the and the four block at the move. So this pawn has just moved to the e4 square, so its notation will be marked as e4. If the pawn moves to f6, its notation will be marked as f6. But it is not same in all the conditions that of chess pieces. For example, this is a queen, and if it moves to the f3 file, its notation will be not marked as f3, but will be marked as qhf3 because its first letter is Q and it has moved to the F3 square. For same for the bishop. If the bishop has just moved to this file, that is D3, then its notation will be marked as BD3 because its first letter is B and the file it is D3. So that's same for all. The king is, for example, it has moved to d1, so we will mark it as king d1, kd1. For example, the knight has moved to h3, so we will mark it as not kh3 because it's for the king. We will mark it as knight nh3 because the pronunciation of the knight is with n also. For example, rook, the rook notation will be marked as rook e1 because it has moved to e1 square. As you can see here, we will move this knight here. Its position will be knight c3. But for the pawns, we don't use e5, but we simply use e5. As you have understand, let's move further. As you can see that the ro- आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं that it's a different position and यहाँ पे जो rooks and king and rooks है उन दोनों के बीच में एक king है and this king always is marked on the e file as we learned for backwards when we were setting up our positions if the अगर जो रुक है वो भी एक बार भी मूव नहीं हुआ है अपनी जगह से और जो किंग है वो भी अपनी जगह से एक बार मूव नहीं हुआ है so the king is allowed to move 2 steps in the position of in the direction of rooks. So as you can see, I will move this king here because this rook hasn't moved a single time. If this rook would have moved a single time, this king would not be able to castle. The king is only allowed to move 2 squares in the castle, and for this, the rook will always come on the di- uh, So now you have understand how can we castle, but for the notations there are different things. For example, the gap between rook and the king is 3 blocks, and the king castles. So it will be called as O minor O hyphen O hyphen O. So that's the symbol of castling in chess. But if the king has castled this side and the gap between them is 1 2, so it will be called O O, as you can see here, O hyphen O. That's the notation of castling for kings. Now for the next video, there are 3 things left, that are when we give a check, the notations of it, when it's a checkmate, and the last one when we take a piece. So that's it for today. The next we will learn in further videos. Please please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we will learn more in the upcoming videos of PowerPoint, drawing and etc. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.